I love asking people how they met. I always get weird answers. The strangest answer I ever got, I was doing the show in Virginia, and I was talking to the couple up front, and he was clearly way older than she was. And I asked how they met, and he goes, oh, we met in elementary school. And I was like, what? And he goes, oh, no, it's not what you think. You see, I was the janitor. I was like, that's exactly what I thought. He goes, oh, no, it's not that bad. You see, I waited till she was 16, because that's the age in Virginia. I was like, that's horrifying. That means for years you were standing with your mop in the middle of the hallway. Like, 6 more years, girl. Disgusting. I dated this one girl. We dated for about 3 weeks, and I learned the craziest thing about her when she first let me stay over her house. Wildest thing. I found out that she slept with her eyes open. Yeah, that's a horrifying thing to find out at 3 in the morning. I woke up in the middle of the night, I rolled over to look at her, there she was like this. And I was like, holy shit! I thought she died in her sleep. And I've seen CSI, so I started coming up with alibis and shit. And then I just heard her go, I was like, oh, thank God. I'm just gonna roll back over and go to sleep. I rolled over and I could still feel her unseeing eyes staring in the back of my head. So I was like, I gotta do something about this. So I've seen a lot of action movies. If you've ever seen an action movie, you'll know when the hero's love interest or sidekick gets shot and dies, he'll be holding him in his arms, and he'll say something heroic like, I'll never forget you, and then he runs his fingers over their eyes. You've seen this in movies? So I was like, well, I'll give that a shot. So I rolled back over, I looked at her, I ran my fingers over her eyes, and you know what? She woke the fuck up. She went, what are you doing? So I got really nervous, and I just ran my fingers over her eyes again and said, I will avenge you. And that was the last time I ever saw her. My mom's 90 years old. She just got into technology. Rough time in life to make that decision, you know? She got on Facebook. That was the worst day of my life. Day I got that friend request, longest I ever took to make a decision. That little red one sat at the corner of my screen for 5 weeks. Every time I logged on, I was like, ooh, not today, Mom. I've been posting shit about her for 10 years. She thinks we could just become friends? She calls me up one day and she goes, you know, I invited me a friend on the Facebook. I goes, oh, did you? Well, you got that shitty internet connection, so it's probably taken a while to get to me. She goes, is that how it works? I was like, absolutely. She has an email address too. She loves emailing everybody. She's always emailing. She calls me up one day. She goes, oh, I forgot to tell you. I got the cutest email the other day, and I thought of you, so I added you to the list. I was like, you did fucking what? That's like the first rule of the internet. You don't just add people to lists. She's like, no, it's perfect for you. You're going to love it. The next day, I started getting emails. She added me to a Bible verse email list. Yeah, Bible verses every day getting sent to me. But I know they weren't intended for me because they're always Jesus-heavy Bible verses. That wasn't meant for the Jew named Israel, you know? So after like 5 weeks of nonstop Bible verses, I said, all right, that's enough. And I hit unsubscribe, and I immediately felt guilty. Because I was like, maybe I should have been reading this shit just in case, right? Like, what happens if I die and I get up to heaven and I'm like, this is it, heaven, I made it, it's amazing. And I look across the way and there's Jesus. And I'm gonna be like, shit. And he'll be like, hey, Kevin. And I'll be like, hey, Jesus, listen, can we avoid this awkwardness and just let me in? And he's gonna be like, sorry, buddy, no can do. You didn't live the right kind of life. I'd be like, Jesus, how was I supposed to know? I didn't know what I was doing. I was brought up Jewish. And he'll be like, bro, I was emailing you every single day. My mom has a cell phone too. She loves her cell phone. She loves text messaging. She doesn't really know how to text message. She texts weird. She ends every text message with, okay, I love you, goodbye. Like she's falling off a cliff while she's text messaging. Text me all day long, just random shit. Just constantly text. So many text messages, I don't even respond most of the time because I don't know what to say. And then one day, the text just stopped. I didn't get a text from her for like 2 weeks. I don't want to say anything because it felt like I was on vacation. And I stopped by my parents' house and I walk in and my mom sees me and she goes, oh, there he is, the nasty text messenger. I was like, what are you talking about? I haven't got a text from you in weeks. She goes, oh, you're very funny. We've been texting and you've been very rude. So I was like, what's going on? So I go and I get her phone and I start scrolling through it and I realize that somehow my phone number had gotten changed in her phone. And for 2 weeks, every day, multiple times a day, she'd been texting a random stranger. And it was fantastic. Because you could hear the desperation in this guy as he was trying to convince her that he was not me. And God bless my mother, because she refused to believe it. And every day, my mom's day started off texting this guy with, "Good morning, I love you." And every day, this guy's day started off responding to my mom with just, "Fuck you." And I was like, all right, that's ridiculous. I started to change my number back, and my mom goes, "Don't do that." And I said, "Why?" She goes, "Because at least he responds." So we all survived Thanksgiving. We all got through. I always think it's weird that like Trojan condoms never capitalized on the holidays. I think they really missed a good opportunity. Because it could have been like, dreading going home, hate your family, don't have one. Trojan condoms. And they would have had, hands down, the best Thanksgiving Day parade balloon. And every dad watching that parade would have sat there and been like, "Yep, that's the size I wear." I was 45 when I had my first kid. Yeah, I'm old. And I'm just gonna be that much older for everything they go through in their lives. Like when I go to cheer my son on in high school in whatever sport he's playing, all his friends are gonna be like, "Dude, so awesome that your grandfather's so supportive of you. He's always here with his oxygen. It's good to see him." We have 2 kids. I have a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old at home. Toddlers. Yeah, here's a fun fact. You can take this home with you. Toddler is Latin for asshole. Look it up. It's true. Toddlers are the worst people on the face of the earth. They are terrible. The fact that we continue to have them is crazy to me. Like, there should have been one person, they had a toddler and they said, "Nope, no more people. Fuck this." They are assholes. I have a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old, and those are the worst examples of those assholes. And the 2-year-old, the terrible twos, the terrible twos. Whoever coined the word terrible twos, I feel bad for them, because their child didn't make it to 3. Because 3 is so much worse. My 2-year-old, she's just like a little animal. She can't help herself. She's just full of anger and emotion. She doesn't know what to do with it. It's almost cute. My 3-year-old is a dickhead. He knows what he's doing, and he loves it, and he thinks it's hysterical. And it only gets funnier when I get angry. And he thinks it's just, and my wife doesn't help in this situation. Because my wife loves these kids so much, she's got like PTSD from them. Like she just forgets all the shit we went through last weekend and tries to repeat it this weekend. And she doesn't care. Like she loves taking them to restaurants. Taking a toddler to a restaurant is terrorism. Walking into a restaurant with a toddler is like walking in with a loaded gun and just waving it around. Because everybody in both situations is thinking the same thing. Why did he bring that here? Who let him have that? I bet I know who he voted for. Okay, not the last one, but you get the point. We took my kids to a restaurant a few weeks ago, and we're sitting at the table right before food was going to come out. And my son looks at me and goes, "Daddy, I have to go potty." I was like, "All right." So I take him to the bathroom, and we're in the bathroom. He's on the toilet. I'm sitting by him, and I look up, and on the wall, right next to the toilet, is a giant photograph of a completely naked woman. Did you ever pray for something so hard that you thought the other person could probably hear you? Because I was just like, "Don't look up." And suddenly I just hear him go, "Daddy." And I was like, "Fuck." And he says, "She has no clothes on." And I said, "No, bud, she does not." And he goes, "Why?" And I said, "I don't know, maybe she's getting ready to take a bath." And he goes, "Oh, yeah." "Daddy, maybe she could take a bath with me." And I said, "I don't think that's gonna work, bud. Bathtub's probably not big enough." And he goes, "Oh, good, yeah. Daddy, maybe she could take a shower with you." I said, "I don't think that's gonna work either." He goes, "Why not?" I said, "Because I don't want to only see you on every other weekend and holidays." So I take him back to I walk him back to the table, and I sit down, and my wife looks at me and goes, "Well, how'd that go?" And before I could say anything, my son goes, "Daddy wouldn't take a shower with the naked woman in the bathroom." And my wife just goes, "We're never eating here again."